Hi, I'm Carly. I'm here in Uptown Waterloo at Town Square, where I'll be speaking with a local business owner and a regional councillor, Tom Galloway, about the construction issues here on King Street. But first, let's take a look at some of the closures across the region. Construction on Northfield Drive continues as LRT track and other infrastructure is installed on the bridge crossing Highway 85. The northbound on-ramp to Highway 85 is open. However, both off-ramps and the southbound on-ramp remain closed until late 2016. The intersection of Caroline and Herb will remain closed until approximately mid-September, while King Street from Herb to William is fully closed until late 2016. Uptown remains accessible from Caroline and Regina. King Street from Allen to Union is also closed to traffic until approximately late July. On June 14th, crews began installing LRT track at the Pine King intersection near Grand River Hospital's emergency entrance. The emergency entrance is open during this week. Flaggers are in place to direct traffic. Traffic on King is a one-way northbound from Wellington to Green and two-way from Green to Union. The LRT track is fully installed in front of Grand River Hospital's main entrance. However, the track installation from Wellington to Union is ongoing. King from Victoria to Francis will remain closed until mid-September for upgrading and relocating underground utilities, as well as construction on the grade separation under the Via Rail tracks. Victoria from Duke to Joseph is closed until late September, including the intersections with King and Charles Street. The detour is Weber to Water to Joseph. Duke and Francis by the Kaufman Lofts is also closed until late August. Traffic remains one-way on Charles between Victoria and Ontario. Traffic is two-way on Charles between Ontario and Queen and Benton. Moving out of the downtown core, the intersection of Ottawa and Charles closed on April 4th and will stay that way until around mid-July. Local and business access to Ottawa is available from Borden and Sydney. Hayward at the railway tracks behind St. Mary's High School will be closed to both pedestrians and vehicles until late 2016. Drivers and pedestrians should use the block line to Lennox Lewis detour to access businesses on Hayward. It is suggested that if you're not visiting a business on Cortland between Block Line and Manitou, help alleviate congestion by taking Block Line, Homer Watson, Bleems, and Manitou instead. And finally, be aware of ongoing construction at Fairview Park Mall for the Ion Stop in the parking lot. I also asked people at Town Square what they think of the construction.
To drive down here, it's sort of like, well, how do I manage if I'm going to go to one of the shops or one of the businesses? It's trying to figure out, okay, which way to come in and where to park, and yeah, that's a little bit of a hassle.
The only bad experience I've had is either walking around the fences to get to work or just the dust. Like, it kicks up, gets in people's eyes, gets in their lungs. It's not fun.
Well, as a senior, it's terrible. The access for pedestrians is really badly thought out.
When I'm coming to Uptown, it's great because I can walk, but if I have to drive anywhere, it's a little more complicated coming this direction.
So I work in Uptown Waterloo, so I have my route planned out every day, and I hope it doesn't change from when I come to work in the morning or when I leave at night for the next time. And then when I'm here, I walk, and I go to places and try to go to as many of the businesses as I can to support them because, yeah, it's a drag for them.
I talked with Jennifer Freitas, owner of the Truth and Beauty Company, who shared her opinion of the construction and how it's affected her business.
Well, it's almost impossible to get uptown, really, right? We've got King Street closed, which is our main artery, and then they've recently closed Caroline and Herb, which is also the other main artery to get uptown. So significant drop in traffic just coming up here to shop and dine and eat. We've definitely felt the impact for sure. I think we're almost working backwards. We're doing a lot of consultation at this point, which to me is really logical because we're in the middle of it. We're in the heart of this, and anything that would have been really productive or helpful for us small business owners should have been taken into consideration before we even started to tear up the roads. Whatever measures are taking place now, I think it's going to be a little bit too late for many of the business owners. We already see some closing, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last. I think we're going to see more of it. I really don't know how to resolve it. I just think it's been a whole sort of mistake along the way. Not the LRT itself. I'm in favor of the construction and the train. I think we definitely need an improved transit system for the region. However, there's just too many road closures at the same time, not enough support for the businesses. Proper signage is really lacking. It's really a complex issue, and I don't think we did a good job before we even began.
I also spoke with Regional Councillor Tom Galloway, who talked about the process of ion construction.
Well, of course, it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge for everybody, the shopkeepers, the general public, and it's something that was totally predicted, and we're trying to get through it as best we can. But there will be issues, as people will no doubt identify. But I think we're doing a relatively good job in dealing with those issues. Well, for now, we're hoping that people will continue to support the businesses along the route that are experiencing some inconveniences and difficulties. But in the long term, there should be some net benefits for the entire community, of course, which is what it's intended for. But specifically, in the case of some of the businesses in other communities, this has been a real benefit in the long term. I think that people who are coming down on a regular basis will certainly find their way around if they work downtown or they have reasons to be downtown on a regular basis. But for people who are just coming for a meal or for a once a week shopping trip, the best thing probably is to go to the website to see what the detours are currently. They will change from time to time. Things are opening up again, or sometimes they may be closing down, and so the website is kept up to date, and it's a good way to map out your route.
If you want to plan your route ahead of time, you can actually go to rideion.ca, or you can check in with us each week, and we'll have that information. For Rogers TV, I'm Carly Verhoeven.